So now we're going to talk a little bit about the solver function that the HP15C has. So to utilize this, we are going to have to enter in a program. So say I've got something like this, and the solver function will always try to find a root where things are equal to 0. So where something like this is equal to 0. Now we know just by factorization that it's going to be -1 and 2 are our roots, but let's go ahead and see what the HP does with it. So we'll enter into program mode first. We need to enter in a program. So blue shift, PR. This gives us a program. We need to give it a label. So gold label. And let's go with 0. So that gives us a code that tells us that is 0 for our label. Now, one thing that's helpful to know is that each time this goes through this subroutine, this program that we're creating, it will fill up the entire stack with a guess for X. So we can make use of that when we enter in this equation here. So the X register is going to have a guess for X, and we are going to square that. So blue shift square. Now the Y, Z, and T registers will also have a guess for X. So let's go ahead and swap out, and then we will subtract. So we just did this portion. We did a square, we swapped it, had another X in there, and then we subtracted. And now let's do a 2 and subtract that. And then lastly, we will do return, shift return, and then exit out of our program. Now we need to enter in 2 guesses. So let's do a guess between 0 and 5. And let's hit solve. So shift, solve, and execute our routine. And that's 0. So we'll wait a while it runs. It should come up with a guess somewhere between 0 and 5 if we have a root there. And 2. And as we knew from factorization, that was going to be one of our roots. So let's now do between -5 and 0. Solve. Run that subroutine again. And we have a root of -1. So we found both the roots to this equation here. So that was pretty straightforward, and we already knew that that's what the roots were because we could factor that out. But if you have something a little more complex that you can't factor out, that's where this solve function would come in more useful. So let's go ahead and create a new subroutine that will solve this. We'll go into Program, create a label. Let's do this on 1. And remember, we have the subroutine is going to fill the stack with guesses for T. So let's go ahead and work from the inside out. Do T, so let's change the sign on that. Then add in a 20. Then divide. Then do E to that result. Change the sign to get the negative, 1 plus. And then 5,000 times that. And again, we have T's in every other portion of the stack, guesses for T's except for our X. So let's go ahead and swap X and Y to move a T that we can operate on, and then finish this portion here. So 200 times that, and then subtract the result. And lastly, we'll do a return, and then exit programming mode. Now let's do a guess between 5 and 6, somewhere around there, and then do solve and 1. And after waiting a while for this to run, this is all real time, folks. We come up with a value of 9.28. Now this was a problem where I believe a ball was hurled up into the air, and what time does it land on the ground? So you wanted to solve for when this h equals 0, and it's going to be at 9.28 seconds.